Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and this is one of those do I really have to do that videos? I chatted with a few friends recently, and I also recently have had pretty significant re-exposure to mold, and I've had a lot of issues. And so I was talking to my friend Dr. John St. Rose a few days ago, and he said, you know, you really need to do some colonics. And I said, well, I have this Colema board. He said, yeah, that'll work. And so I don't like this, but it really works. And so if you're a person who has any kind of chronic illness and you've never done a colonic or a Colema, you really don't understand the benefit that these things can be. We carry around a lot of waste in our colon, and just recently, after I talked to Dr. John, I had been doing the full moon challenge with our parasite detox protocol, the mimosa pudica and anti-parasite and all that stuff. And about halfway through that, Dr. John said I was really sick. I was extremely dizzy, very nauseous, just all day nausea, hurting all over. And this is all stuff that mold toxicity will do to you. And so he said, you know, you really need to do a colonic. And so I told him about my board, and he said, do it. So here I am halfway through this parasite detox full moon challenge. So I set up what I'm about to show you in just a minute. And I want to show you this because if you're someone who has a chronic illness and you've never really addressed colon hygiene, you really need to. And this is a way that you can do a colonic type treatment. Now, those of you who might be certified colon hygiene therapists, please bear with me. Okay, some of us cannot, either there's not one locally, or there's not, we can't afford to have these colonics done on a regular basis like maybe we need. And so a good alternative is the Colema board, which I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how to set it up. I'm going to show you the setup in a very small bathroom, which is our bathroom that we use here at my mom's is tiny. But I'm still able to do it. Kalen has a little bit more of a challenge, but it's doable. He can do it. And so, because he's, I don't know, a foot taller than me almost. So let me show you the components. This is a Colema board that I purchased off of Amazon. So it's, I don't remember how much it was. I'll try to remember to put a link. I used to be Amazon affiliate, but I just don't have time to keep all that stuff up. So if this will help you, praise the Lord, I'm thankful. That's why I'm here. So I'll show you the basic components. I have these boxes in here just to protect this from sliding over, and I'll show you why in just a second. This is the bucket that you fill, and you see it's got this, it's a plastic nipple on the bottom where the water comes out through the hose. And yes, you fill up this entire bucket. I think it's about 5 gallons, and you fill this up all the way with like lukewarm water. You can add other stuff to the water. Dr. John St. Rose in Mesa, Arizona, he likes to add ozone to it, and I have an ozone machine. I can do that, but I get a lot of benefit just from doing the lukewarm water. You can add other things. You can add, if you need minerals, you can put some blackstrap molasses or some fulvic minerals or some magnesium liquid, or, you know, you can use this to nourish somebody. But when you do, for instance, a coffee enema or an onion broth enema or dandelion enema or whatever, you're really only dealing with the lower portion of the colon. But if you're having, like for me, I have a pretty nasty bacterial infection in my sinuses that is secondary to chronic inflammatory response syndrome, which I've had, mold toxicity, which I've had, tick-borne disease, which I've had. So it goes along with this. So I am in the process now of treating Marcons in my sinuses. I have treated it before, but it wasn't sufficient to get rid of it. I was only doing nasal ozone. And so I'm approaching it in an entirely different direction. But one thing that I have learned recently is that when you do a colonic or the use of this Colema board, you are actually cleansing the entire colon. You're getting all the way over to the right side here and the ascending colon. And in that area is where the connections for our sinuses are. And so I've only done one since I talked to my friend Dr. John a few days ago, but I'm going to do one today after I set this up and show you how to use it. But I noticed a significant difference in how I felt after I did this. And as I was getting to earlier about being in the middle of the full moon challenge, when I did the Colema, people call me all the time and tell me I didn't see anything come out. Well, I don't always either, but let me tell you, when I did this Colema, I was dumbfounded at the parasites that came out. And I do parasite detoxing regularly, and I'm going to do a little short video, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, on why that happens, why you are continually parasite detoxing, and you can't, get rid of the overgrowth. I'll share that little tidbit with you in a separate video. But let me show you how this sets up, and then you consider whether or not you want to buy one of these, because I'm going to tell you it will take your health experience to a new level. Okay, so just wanted to show you the other components before I put all this together so that you could actually see what we have. This is the actual board, and you actually lay on this, and you're very careful how you sanitize it and everything, and I'll show you this better. But I want you to see this shield part right here. There's a hole right here in the top, and I want to show you that specifically because the tubing from the bucket here, from this bucket, that tubing off of here, this tubing, and the catheter that goes in your backside connect by this little pipe right here, but they connect inside this little hole. So I wanted to tell you that so that you can see this is all the parts right here. The bucket, the catheter that you insert into your rectum, this little connecting tube, and the board. Okay, that's all that you need to set this up, other than, obviously you've got to have a chair and some pillows and that kind of stuff. So let me set it up, and I'll show you how it looks when it's set up in a tiny bathroom. So if you have a bigger bathroom, it'll be a breeze. Okay, if you've ever wondered what to do with your old history books, this is where they can come in handy. I like to put a slight slant on the board so that what comes out of me doesn't want to roll back up under me, it wants to go that way. Okay, so you lift the lid on the toilet, and there's a rim underneath the shield there that actually fits down inside the toilet, and then you see it's got kind of a slant there that the water and everything else wants to roll that way into the toilet. And then here I have the other end sitting on a chair on that book so that there's a slight angle. I'm going to put me a couple of pillows here and a towel on top. Okay, so for this part, that little short piece of tubing fits there, and then you fit the cannula that goes inside your rectum. You fit it inside of the tubing that goes to the bucket. Okay, and then you just put it through here, and it will come, you see, and then you just secure it down in there. Just kind of wiggle it down in there until it's secure. It's hard for me to do with one hand because I don't have good hand strength, but it'll go down in there and secure. I have it clamped right here. We've got one of those shower nozzle things that I can bring over here. Now, I actually prefer to have my bucket a little higher because that helps you have more water pressure for the whole treatment not to take so long. I was supposed to bring a 6x6 post up here, that a short section from when we built the barn, but I forgot. So this will work. I'm just going to have to leave the clamp pretty much wide open to have enough volume of flow. Otherwise, this treatment would take me an hour and a half. But if I leave it wide open, and you don't want to just let it run in and just run right back out. As it runs in, you're going to feel it kind of filling up your colon. You want to sort of hold it for a little bit so that it can work to break stuff loose from the colon wall and then release. And you may go for 15 minutes releasing nothing, and then all of a sudden you feel like your insides are falling out. I like to have a pair of socks on my feet because, you know, my feet get cold, and then I have a towel to cover my legs with so that I'm warm. The tip of that catheter you lubricate very thoroughly, and when you insert it, I know I'm getting graphic here, guys, but hey, you know, life is real. Okay, when you insert this, you want to bend it up slightly like that, angle it up, you know, so that it's anatomically correct. And you just kind of slide your rear end down here and gently insert that, and you don't have to go very far. And then just kind of rest there, and you could put your feet here if you need to up there or whatever. And so that's pretty much it. So I'm going to fill this bucket up and get after it for my treatment because it's getting late. You also don't want to do this right after you eat. You want to wait and do it several hours. I think it's been 4 hours since I've eaten. So here we go. Getting there. So the Colema board does come with full instructions so that you can use it. In the picture it shows the person laying down flat between the chair and the toilet, and I can tell you from experience, not a good idea. Put a book under the head of the board, okay? The voice of experience. When I'm done with all of this, I just transfer everything over into the tub, spray it down thoroughly with your disinfectant of choice, let it soak for a little bit. Even the catheter that I use, I spray the inside and I soak it, and that can be reused as well. Just don't let it stay all wet and goopy on the inside. Dry everything out thoroughly. So I hope this will be helpful for someone. I'm going to go do my treatment. So for the cleanup, basically, as I mentioned, I just put everything over in the tub, spray it down really well with whatever disinfectant you like to use. I try to clean out the tubings and everything as well. I really encourage you to do this if you haven't, if you've never had a colonic and you think maybe it would be a good thing for you, but you're just kind of embarrassed to go to someone else to have it done. Well, you can do this in the privacy of your own home, which is why I like it. So anyway, I'm going to go now, and in the privacy of my own home, take care of my treatment, and we'll see you on the next video. Hopefully this didn't gross anybody out, but life is real, and colon hygiene is necessary. According to Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, someone was standing looking at all of his patients and asked him, Dr. Kellogg, what's wrong with all these patients? Without missing a beat, Dr. Kellogg said, dirty bowels. So